Join me today as we talk a little bit about the Star Wars Skeleton Crew trailer. This is the Geek Cabal channel. My name's Bobbie, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the trailer for Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Now, the more recent trailer was released a few days ago, a week ago, from the time I'm recording this, here in early November. And the show itself comes out in a little under a month. Jude Law is the main star. And it appears to center around a group of kids who find a spaceship that they take off in. And somehow apparently find some Republic credits, like gold, stuff. And there may or may not be a larger treasure involved. Jude Law may or may not be like a pirate or a Jedi, or who knows, based on the trailer. I think he's a Jedi from what I've heard. So, overall, I do kind of get the whole like Goonies in space vibe from it. And I don't think that's a bad thing, to be clear. There are some things that I find questionable, like you see the planet they're from, some of the kids are from, maybe all the kids, I don't know, that their town is set up like an American suburb. And that's just not the vibe you get from the rest of Star Wars. Now, I'm not saying it's like that. I'm not saying it's a deal breaker or anything. Maybe it'll make sense in the show, but that's just not the general vibe that Star Wars gives off. So, and then you see like some internals of what I'm assuming is a school that looks an awful lot like an American school. And like the furniture looks like probably something you buy from IKEA, not from Coruscant. So, like on the looks front, there's some things that give me pause. In and of themselves, they won't ruin the show, I don't think. So, we'll have to see how it plays out. One of the kids is a non-human who looks like Max Rebo, I believe. The blue piano player there in Jabba's palace that got killed by Luke as collateral damage, and he blew up Jabba's sail barge. Never forget. But yeah, overall, like, I get the vibe that it's probably a kid's show. I mean, most of the characters are kids. I think that the shills are already out trying to act like the people are going to be super critical and like harass the kid actors. And I don't even know what they're going for there. I mean, those people are insane. They all need to just get off the internet, go outside, and live for a little while. I imagine most of them are probably in the middle of an epic meltdown right now, though. So, because I can guess that they didn't take too well to recent events. But I don't know where they're going with this. And the problem is, the kids are inevitably going to be criticized, unless they're just fantastic actors, because Jude Law is a real actor who can act. Like, he's going to have to like dumb it down to not outshine the kids. So that's just a thing that's going to happen. Now, there are good child actors. Like The Walking Dead seems to have done really well in picking their kid actors. So hopefully Lucasfilm did whatever The Walking Dead does to get their child actors. But even if they're not great, they're kids, okay? Child actors, there's not a lot of great child actors. So, I do agree, don't be an asshole and go after the child actors, okay? But, be critical of their performance, I guess. It's up to you. I'm sure I will be if it's not good. Now, does doing this make sense? Is this Star Wars, etc., etc.? I've seen some titles to videos. I didn't watch them. That are like the, what the hell's this kind of thing. And I actually don't fault Disney for taking this route. I think it's maybe a little late in the program to be taking this route, but you need new fans. You know, you need to bring in kids at some point, because your older the rest of your fan base is growing older. You know, you need some products that they can be like, here, little Timmy, I loved Star Wars when I was your age, you know, or a little bit older, whatever, but you apparently don't want to watch this 50-year-old movie. Watch this instead. Then we'll get to the 50-year-old movie. And so, yeah, so you need something for kids to help buy. Like, I mean, that's what Lucas did with Jar Jar Binks. Arguably, we can argue whether he succeeded or failed in that endeavor. But this, especially with this appearing to be a kids show just on its own, it should be less likely to earn the ire of adult fans. Unless we find out that it's actually an adult show just starring a bunch of kids, in which case, then all this is for naught. Adults don't want to watch a bunch of kids, and, you know, it's just not going to work. So, I am hopeful that it's successful, like all the other Disney Star Wars products. I mean, I don't go into watching them thinking, man, this is going to suck. I can't wait to see how much this sucks. It's like, no, this is probably going to be bad, but I hope it's not. And I'm usually not fulfilled on that front, but that's a whole other story. I did a whole video about it, actually. But as for this, like I said, I hope it succeeds. I'm guessing that means it's set between, probably between episodes 3 and 4. So we might get to see some more of the dark times, the rise of the Empire and all that, which would be nice. So anyway, I'm overall hopeful. Like it looks okay. Like I said, except for those parts where it looks a little too Earth-like. But, I mean, you get enough planets, sooner or later, or I guess one of them is going to look kind of like Earth, maybe. I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm not optimistic. Now, there's nothing in the trailer that makes it look just like, oh, this is going to suck as far as I'm concerned. I've seen others that have said, oh, yeah, this is trash. And I don't know what they're seeing. You know, maybe it is. Maybe it's something I'm totally overlooking. So, we'll see. But, no, I will watch it in the hopes that it's good. And, if nothing else, it'll give me something to talk about through December. Because I don't know if I'm going to talk about Christmas movies. Unless I talk about my favorite Christmas movie, Die Hard. Which, by the way, I actually noticed was on TV November 1st on some channels. And I kind of wondered about that, if they were like, well, we're going to start the Christmas movies right on time here, right after Halloween. So we may as well start with the one we know people actually kind of like. It'll be that and like A Christmas Story or something. We'll get our one Thanksgiving movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But yeah, like I said, I'm not sitting here like, oh, I'm ecstatic about what could be, you know, so that I can be unburdened by what has been. But no, I'm hopeful, but I'm grounding my hope in the reality of most of what Disney has turned out has been bad. So I'm not going to be, it's not going to be some epic disappointment because I haven't built this up in my mind. But, you know, like I said, the trailer looks okay. It doesn't tell us enough about the plot to really judge it. You know, we'll know in a month when it comes out. Can't really say yet if the kids are going to be decent actors or not. You know, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, Lego seems to have bought into it because they already made a ship, a set for the ship. So, and maybe they're thinking that, you know, unlike the others, this one features a mostly child cast. So it'll appeal more to kids on a toy level, and, you know, and hopefully they're right, you know. I don't know what that says for the action figures, though, because those mostly are designed for adults at this point. So I don't know. I don't know if the old Star Wars Black series is going to survive. Oh, here's a bunch of kid figures and Jude Law. So which if you already want a Jude Law, you could already take a Marvel Legends figure of Yon-Rogg and just remove his head and put it onto a Star Wars Black Series Jedi body or something. But anyway, we'll have to see what happens. I hope I'm not disappointed, but I'm prepared to be. So we'll see. Let me know down in the comments if you folks have any intention of watching the show. Have you seen the trailer? What do you think? If you bailed on Disney entirely, I know a few of the commenters have, and I can't say I blame them. You know, if I weren't like hopelessly naive as to the fact that Star Wars could be saved, I would probably be in the same boat. But here I am, hopelessly naive. So anyway, like I said, let me know down in the comments what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Sharing and subscribing are always the best thing. Sharing and commenting are the best ways to help us grow the channel. And we appreciate you doing that. And if you haven't subscribed,
we would be honored if you would join us.
But otherwise, just remember, the Force will be with you always.